Hello and welcome to Oolite Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, Pisces, our card tonight is the Nine of Discs, which has everything to do with gain, especially in that material realm, right? Hopefully, we all think, discs, coins, money, right? Hopefully that's the case. Okay, now let's see what these tea leaves have to say. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay. Also, if you'd like to leave a comment, I would love to hear from you, especially if you're new to the channel. Definitely shout it out in the comment section. And if you want to hit the like button, of course, I wouldn't be mad at you. Okay, I want to start. Let's see. No, if this goes up here like that. So, I keep seeing that we have kind of this meeting of human figure. Right here you can see the head, you can see the body, you can see kind of a dress or a robe. Now holding a bird. Okay, let's look at that one right there. Okay, you can see the bird right here being held by the human person. We have another person standing here. There's a bird right at their face. And if we turn this way, we have another person standing here with the bird. Again, okay? Another person standing here holding a bird. The bird indicates to me that there's a message, okay? The bird is the messenger. And this is related to, obviously, pigeons bringing messages to people. So I see this reiterated throughout the cup here, and it leads me to believe that you are really in a place of being quite in tune with your psychic, clairvoyant, it almost feels like maybe you have some ability to maybe channel, or I almost wonder if you are adepted at remote viewing, but you maybe don't even know that. I get this impression of dreaming a lot about places you've never been, but not like super surreal landscapes necessarily. Dreaming about really mundane looking wherever. I keep thinking of I'm thinking it reminds me of Nevada, right? Like a gas station or some kind of truck stop or something out in the middle of nowhere in Nevada. And I almost wonder if you've been dreaming about this place. I'm getting and now I know Lost Highway it didn't take place in Nevada, but almost this kind of driving through the night with the headlights on the road. The road is empty and it is dark, and it is an exploration into the unknown. But I feel like you dream about places that we would consider to be real, right? Physical places, somewhere out there in the world. Now, you don't necessarily know that this is a real place because maybe you've never been there, right? So I feel like there's just this kind of onslaught of messages, revelation, being able to really kind of tap into the energies around you. And this may feel quite off-putting, or it's like the balance is kind of wobbling in your life a bit, because, and I really do think that maybe you've never identified as somebody who has any kind of special ability. And that is, again, like clairvoyance or some kind of psychic. It's an ability, but it's just a real strong stream of psychic input, right? And as you're getting a little bit older, I think that it has become something that is more and more prominent. Now, I also think that you have quite a logical mind. I mean, you look at things and you try to look for a scientific reason, right? A plausible reason, not necessarily all of this kind of superstitious or supernatural or magical, kinds of explanations. But the reality here, I think, is that you're far more tuned in, and there's no other explanation than that. And I do think this has a lot to do with the nine of discs, right? And I think that, well, we have this big solar symbol, the solar symbol of the circle with the circle in the middle, right? The dot in the middle. We also have the number 62. And the soul symbol really is one of energetic gain, right? Like things are heating up. You are feeling more motivated. You have a lot more energy. There is an illumination within your life. Things become so much more clear than maybe they were before. And this all makes sense to me. But I do think that it ties into that nine of discs where it feels like there's almost this like pulling, like I want you to see this. I want you to see this. And this is why you're having the dreams. And this is why these places are coming through to you. There is a real sense of revealing in your life. I don't know, really. Is it you that is asking for revelation, for clarity, for guidance? Or is this kind of your ancestors, your elders, your guardian angel, the universe kind of looking out for you? You know, you're coming up on this place where there's a bit of a quickening. And it feels like using these abilities that you have to start to really begin following the sign symbol synchronicities, and not necessarily just kind of, oh, that was a weird dream, right? Oh, that was, maybe you do see things. Maybe you fully are aware of how psychic you are. But a lot of it, you just kind of push away, or you experience it and then you let it go. because there is so much kind of noise, right? You're getting so many messages and thinking, yeah, a lot of this isn't for me. I'm just picking up on kind of the ambient psychic chatter, right? But I feel like in this time you really start to pay attention, and that will end up, I think, really informing you as to what decisions need to be made. Where are you going with all of this? And I think it ends up leading to you really being able to kind of find a way to make more money. And I know a lot of the readings have been about this seeking out new ways to kind of bring money into the home, right? And to further your career, to solidify your place in your job, your work, your company, your business, right? And I don't know, it's not always my favorite thing to read, is these financial kinds of readings, but I think that I have I'm more connected to it, I think, as I do more readings. I'm realizing, although this isn't always something that we're all interested in, and it's the same thing with the love readings. I know some people really don't like doing love readings, or they don't like hearing them. They don't like hearing the financial stuff. That other readers maybe also are on board here. They don't necessarily like doing the financial readings every time. But I realize it is really something so important to the mundane, right? We all worry about money. We all have, at least once in our life, right, struggled a little bit, or at least not known what is the next job going to be, how am I going to make this extra money I need, whatever it is, right? And so it is something that it comes through a lot. It really does. And as I'm really looking at this, I feel, it maybe is something that you yourself don't want to focus on. You don't want this to be your whole life. Is finding a way to build your wealth and, climb the, whatever ladder, whatever industry you're in. But I really feel like the reality is here. You're being offered kind of by the universe this gift, right? You have sight, you have, and that is psychic sight, right? Like we talked about, kind of a clairvoyance of some kind, and to be able to apply that to other parts of your life, all parts of your life, really. Now we also have an 8 and an 8. Okay, so the number 8 twice. It doesn't necessarily look like 88, but maybe repeating 8s. Okay. I also feel like there's this sense of, well, here we have Thoth and Anubis. This one looks like the ibis, and this one looks like the jackal-headed god. But then up here we have a person with a dog. And so I do feel like there's also this kind of interesting turn towards maybe deepening a friendship with somebody who is kind of a kindred spiritual partner. And I wonder if this is somebody that you end up maybe going into business with or working with, maybe working for, or they work for you. But I do feel like it maybe is in the realm of, I almost wonder if it's like healing. I do. I almost wonder if you were like a energy healer, or like do something like faith healing or cleansing. I don't know. It does. I just feel like I'm seeing hands that are glowing. They're glowing. And almost kind of this conversation of like opening a spa, or I keep thinking like a strip mall for some reason, like looking for a place in an old mall to open up a healing center. And I think it's something that maybe it's been about the fear, of, will this work? Am I going to put time, energy, money into this? And, it doesn't take off like you want it to. But I feel like this person comes into your life, or they're in your life already. But, you think of Thoth, right? The god Thoth and Anubis together. And they seem like they would be best friends, or at least really close companions or colleagues, or there's a kindredness there. And yeah, and I feel like it's maybe one of the first times that you feel like you could really trust somebody. Open yourself up to this person, right? And I feel like that is kind of the attraction here of getting to know them more and more deeply, is that you can talk about things that most of the people in your life are totally not into or aware of. They have no interest. They're kind of like, oh, here they go again about that, about that whatever you're talking about, And so to find people who are your people and have a common vision for whatever the goal is, right? That is such a blessing. And I feel like there is this time here where, you might just be going along with your life, like working in an office. Maybe you have some kids, or, animals, a spouse, or maybe you live alone or whatever, but you're just going along. You're doing the thing, the daily routines. And all of that is well enough, right? You have some degree of at least intuition. But the reality is you're very psychic, very in tune, and that becomes more and more apparent as time goes on, okay? And where you often have thought, oh, what a coincidence, that's weird, you start to really notice that, like, if you follow the kind of impressions and sensations that you get from things, it's almost always right. And so I feel like as this develops, or at least it is that you are noticing it more, you are accepting it in a way that is open and real and true, you are able to apply this to your life journey, your physical life, your need and want to create something for yourself, to create something that allows you to make more money, to, at some point maybe be able to retire, right? Most of us laugh even hearing that, who can really retire anymore? But, that might be a realistic goal for you. If you're following your, oh, it just got so loud. I was like, what is that? It's raining super hard outside. See? And it's raining and it's telling me, yes, you're right. They're going to be making all that money. Now, I don't even know if they call it that anymore, but like, do you remember back in the day where it was like make it rain and well, I'm not gonna say the context, but yeah, throwing money, it's like flying everywhere. Yes, money is going to be raining down upon your life there. And so yeah, I think you follow these kind of emanations and applying your understanding, the revelation to what you're doing. And, you know, ultimately, I think it's going to work out for you. Okay. Not only that, it strengthens your bond with this person, this kindred spirit. And yeah, and I think that there really will be an opportunity for you to kind of be on this journey with somebody else, and at least a professional capacity. And, you know, ultimately it feels like a really beautiful thing. Now, let's take a look here. So we have the number 103, 103. We also have, well, it looks like a birthday cake. And I feel like somebody, I must wonder if this is your child or adult child. It could be niece, nephew, you know, somebody that you have maybe helped raise, or you raised them yourself, a friend's kid that you've been around a lot. Anyways, it feels like a birthday is coming up, and it maybe doesn't seem like the biggest deal. You know, it's just like another thing to prepare for, another thing to help put on yourself, right? Kids' birthday parties, wild experiences. Trying to make everybody happy. But you know, I think it's kind of, it feels like more of the same, another responsibility. And I feel like this, for some reason, this event, this gathering is going to be one that there's something very profound. Like the entrance of a new energy, something being kind of ushered into your life. And it feels like a positive thing, definitely. But I think that you're going into the situation feeling like, oh, I hope everybody has a good time, right? I hope the birthday kid, or maybe they're an adult, but I hope they, right, have a wonderful birthday. Let's make this special. But as you get into the situation, I feel, yes, that there will be either like a reunion with somebody that will be really meaningful, or meeting somebody new that, and I almost wonder if it's romantic, or maybe it's kind of, well, I don't know, maybe like a strange kind of surprise of meeting a family member you've never met, or something like this, right? But ultimately, I think emotionally very fulfilling. Yes. Okay, let's see. Also, look, it says joy. Let's just look at that. Joy. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to do our self-care affirmation cards. And I'm just going to flip through and stop where it feels right. Let's see. It says wild pasture. I give myself permission to relax. Becoming my highest self requires planning, time. Let me do that again. Becoming my highest self requires planning, time to rejuvenate. I am a wild pasture that grows and draws nutrients without toil. I love this card because And I know I said it before. Maybe it's even been on a Pisces reading. I love this card because we recently, well, in the last, 6 months or whatever, we moved into this property where I want to return a lot of the lawn to prairie, kind of, indigenous plants and stuff that's native that will help with the pollinators and all of the little critters. We have lots and lots of critters out there, and wanting to like reintroduce like a lot of there's a lot of like river grapes and black raspberries and gooseberries and ground cherries and all these little fruits and berries and plants for pollinators and so anyways, it's the beginning of kind of restoring these things and yeah, having kind of the land here used to be pastured, which is animals grazing basically. Thankfully it's never really been farmed. The soil is pretty good and intact, but it will be such a beautiful, beautiful blessing to have kind of those wild flowers and grasses and all the things to kind of come back. And, I think just going through the process, it really has influenced this growth of spirit. And, it's interesting to meet people who are on similar journeys. Now, maybe they're not, trying to get rid of their lawn. But, on a journey of restoring that which comes naturally, right? Allowing yourself to be the many things that you are. And, not feeling so guilty about that, Can you imagine living your life where even just half the things that you try to change yourself or within yourself or about yourself, if you could let go of that and just kind of let yourself grow wildly, it seems easy to say. It's easy to say it. You think, oh, I'm just gonna let myself be myself, right? But it's the beginning of kind of getting through those many, many layers of conditioning, pain, shame, these notions about life and reality that we pick up and hold on to. And yes, it's such a process, but a worthy one, right? And so I see that card is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing, and I commend you, Pisces, for always being kind of so very authentic, That's something I love about Pisces people, is that you are very much yourself. And we need more of that, don't we? So anyways, I want to tell you I love you, because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And so if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And what else? Oh yes, if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh goodness, what a day. It's the beginning of the week. I'm filming this on Monday, I guess. Is it Monday? Already ready for a little break. It's the heat. The heat just gets me, man. Oh my goodness. So anyways, I hope you all are staying cool, having a nice, well, had a nice weekend, and having a nice week. I think this comes out on Tuesday or Wednesday. So, yeah, I hope you're having a nice week, and yeah, we'll talk in a few days. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye-bye.